Superstar client at Trainer HQ, Taryn, Lachlan. How you going, brother?
Doing good, man. Thanks for having me. I ramped up after about 3 or 4 months, and then I got up to around 25 hours. I'm a bit of an introvert, so I know if I do too many hours, I get burnt out. So I capped it at 25, and my prices have actually advanced. It was about that. We started getting some consistent signups, and a lot more, I guess, full sales process in. So we actually started doing the consultations that I had with Brad Shepard. He kind of showed me his little system, so I added that in and ended it into my own. So we started selling way more memberships.
Sharing these inspirational stories of people that are actually out there doing it, clients of ours. It's like you learn the system, the sales process, and there's theory, but what you've done is you've taken this information, put it into practice. You see the real life results of it as a direct outcome of the things you're putting in place, and then you can measure it, right? Because you're tracking all the stats, all the data, which is so good. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special edition of the Trainer HQ podcast. It's Brad Shepard here, and I'm joined by superstar client at Trainer HQ, Taryn, Lachlan. How you going, brother?
Doing good, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, mate. Good to have you along, mate. We've got bucket loads to unpack, and I want to let everyone know, about your journey, what's got you up until this point. But just tell me right now unpack your gym. Give us a quick overview of what you've got.
Yeah. Okay. So my name is Hustle Hut Health, the business name, or gym, and we're a health club. So only one in our area. So we offer physiotherapy services, group training, personal training, gym memberships, and then have a sauna and cold plunge as well. And we're kind of just going for that health aspect and actually trying to teach people on how to actually build their health and maintain it long term.
Love it, man. Love it. Now, we're going to get into a bit of the detail, the different services you offer, all that sort of stuff. But just give us a quick snapshot. How long have the doors been open for?
Yeah, it's been 15 months exactly, basically about
15
15 months
months.
exactly. Yeah, it's
So,
just
so still really in its infancy, right? This gym.
yeah,
Yeah, just
definitely.
just
So
not long
still
ticked
learning a
over.
lot.
Not long ticked over the first birthday, hey?
Yeah. So first birthday was the end of June. So yeah, it was a lot of planning, but it was really good. So we're really happy with it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And where are the member numbers sitting as of today?
Yep. So we've had a few signups today actually. So we're at 355 as of today. So this time last year, I think we're only at like 110 or something. So about 250 more or something around there anyway. I'll have to look, but it was around 100-ish.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. All right, we got plenty to unpack. So lots of exciting things. But first and foremost, mate, obviously, you didn't start with this. So what I want to do is just give everyone a bit of an introduction into like yourself, your background. So like, when
Yep.
did you kick off in the industry? How long ago did you get started?
It was the end of 2021. I finished my carpentry apprenticeship. I think it was the start of November and quit straight away. And then 2 weeks later, started as a PT in the gym I was training at for about 7 years prior.
Yeah,
And since I knew everyone pretty there all very well, asked the owner, he said, yep, come in, pay rent base. And
yeah,
already had a few clients lined up, which was good. It was very slow at the start, but yeah, picked up pretty quickly because I started working there as a gym manager after 2 months. I just asked him, like, oh, do you need any help around the gym? And he let
yeah,
me in, and that kind of kick-started me at the start of 2022. So by February,
yeah,
I was like 10 or 15 clients in already. So it was pretty fast growth,
yeah.
actually.
Love it, man. So yeah, so launched in 2022, 2023, because we're backtracking, and I mean you opened the gym in like what, June 2024, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So all right, so you've entered the industry. How long were you in the building game for?
4 years, did my full apprenticeship.
Yeah.
I did not like it, was not for me. So I told my dad I needed to get out of there, and he wasn't happy, but you got to follow what you're passionate about. So, well, for me anyway, that's what I needed. So that's when as soon as I finished that, quit and just, yeah, had to go into PT because that's what I was passionate about and loved it. So,
Was there a turning point in that journey of learning the trade and so forth, where you decided, all right, or was it sort of the whole way along, or
whole way along, definitely. I knew pretty quickly I didn't like it, but because my dad wanted me to run the business, I kind of just stayed, and because I knew there was a path forward for me. But as I kept getting further along, I'm like, no, I can't keep doing this. I'm just denying myself. So
yeah,
by the time I hit fourth year, I was like, no, I need to get out of here. So, and then a few of my
yeah,
mates told me you should become a PT, and I thought about it. I'm like, you know what, I'll just do my course,
yeah.
and then yeah, just I'm like, no, I'm going all in on it. So that's what I did, and it's definitely paid off so far. So it's been a good
Oh,
decision.
Absolutely, yeah. So, rent-based trainer in the gym. Sound, no, I know that, along that journey you've come and joined us at Trainer HQ, right?
Yep. Yep.
So let's have a think about like your journey and the decisions that you made on that time, because like I remember me and you having our very first conversation, and I could tell, hey, here's someone who's motivated. They got drive, they got determination, they know where they're going. But refresh my memory, when you kicked off as that PT in the gym. Did you know at that point in time that you wanted to have your own facility, or was it just, hey, I just want to see what I can do inside the gym? Can you remember back to that starting
Yeah.
point?
Yeah, I've wanted my own gym. I was thinking about it when I was 19, so I was like second year at the time in my apprenticeship. I was always thinking about it, but I didn't have any plan. But once I knew I was going to become a PT, I did always know I wanted my own gym.
Yeah,
So I would say about tw early, yeah, 2020, yeah, 2021, I decided like, no, I want my own gym. And yeah, I've kind of been just learning and pushing towards that ever since. So it took me
yeah,
about, what, 3.5 years to finally open it after I fully went in on it. So I think that's pretty good. I was pretty happy with that. So yeah.
yeah. It's so good. So yeah, during that time, like I remember watching your journey as a rent-based trainer.
Yep.
Can you remember what life was like back then, and like the types of sessions you were doing, hours, all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I started, as I said just before, it was started off pretty slow, but I ramped up after about 3 or 4 months. And then I got up to around 25 hours. I was doing hour sessions actually, because I was focused a lot on mobility at the start, then like 45-minute sessions. So it was hour sessions, I had about 20 clients towards the end, and was doing about 25 hours then plus the gym management role, which was about 15 to 20. Um, I'm a bit of an introvert, so I know if I do too many hours, I get burnt out. So I capped it at 25 and I up my prices. We've actually, Ben, my coach with Train HQ, told me to up my prices, and that kind of changed a bit. So
Yep.
all my clients stayed besides one. So I wasn't too fussed about it. It was sad to lose one client, but it needed to be done at that time. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so you've been through that whole journey, and
Mm.
thinking back to that whole experience. I mean, for you, I remember when you started, and the reason why you're getting coached with Benny D is that Benny D's our gym and studio expert. So you're like, all right, cool. I've got aspirations. I know where I want to head and what I want to build. So we made
Yeah.
sure we put you with the right person there to support that journey. So yeah, it's cool to watch that. Let's have a think about the turning point then. So obviously you had the aspirations when the gym came about, so 15 or so months ago. Obviously there was a lot of planning and so forth to
Mhm.
to build the gym. So can you remember the moment that you like was actively looking for the location, and then
Yeah.
once you found the location, how long did that take before you were able to open the doors?
Yeah. No, I remember it all pretty vividly because it took me about 18 to 20 months to actually fully get it done. And it was a pain, but at the same time, I was pretty determined. So at the gym I was working at, I was supposed to buy that gym and take over from the owner. And but it fell through about 14 or maybe 12 months in.
I
We
remember,
couldn't
I
get a
remember the
price.
conversations. Remember the conversations exactly. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, we couldn't figure out a price, and my accountant and a few others were telling me not to do it. So I had to bite the bullet. I really wanted to own that gym because I was there for 10 years and
Yeah.
had a connection to it, but it was definitely a good choice that it didn't happen. So I do believe everything happened for a reason.
Mm.
But it was just before I came on and started chatting to you. So it took about 9 months from 2024 September. Wait, sorry, 2023 September to be opened in June 2024, and it was a big process
Yeah.
looking for everything. We looked at quite a few places, couldn't find the right one. And then, actually, funny story with it though, when we came to this place, the real estate agent was about 35 minutes late. And me and my partner, who's also a business owner, we were about to leave and just like, nah, this is bull crap. Like, what's going on
Yeah.
here? Then he came
Yeah.
in and we walked in like, oh, this is actually like got a lot of potential here. So
Yeah.
my dad came along because he's the builder. He said like, this is really good. And then yeah,
Yeah.
it took about 8 months after that to finally get everything sorted and the building process and all the renos and organizing and stuff like that. It took a while, but it was definitely worth it. It was a bit draining, but yeah, no, I loved it
Yeah.
now.
And meanwhile, I know your journey because we get to witness it and see it, but explain to people what life was like through, let's say, that 9 or so months from deciding on the location right through to opening. Because I
Yep,
mean, you were still running your PT business, right?
yep.
You're busy. Plus, I mean, you've got the building background. You've mentioned your dad's business. So I believe there was your dad and your brother involved in this, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, yeah. So
tell us about those 9 months or so.
yeah, so that was really handy having my dad and my brother because my brother's also a chippy as well. So
Yeah.
we built the whole place and did all the renos for the 3 months. I think we only had like 3 days off in that 3 months from working on the gym to get it open in time because we had to start paying rent. So we worked pretty hard. But in saying that as well, yeah, I was still doing my PT about 20, 25 sessions per week. And then
Mm.
also doing all the admin and like what's it called, certifier stuff and lawyer stuff. That was really hard because I had no idea what any of it meant.
Yeah.
That was probably
Yeah.
the most stressful part, to be honest, because we're sitting there reading it, I'm like, what does this mean? What does this mean? And we had to wait for our lawyer to contact us and all that stuff. So that was probably the most stressful part. But once we
Yeah.
got that part out of the way, it was still hard days, but we just got to push through just to get the gym open so we can open on time and actually start earning some money and get customers in and stuff like that.
Yeah, we speak about this thing called resources versus like resourcefulness, right? And so
Mhm.
what we often find for many people in their business life is that it's probably never going to be a time when everything's just going to be like smooth sailing. And the question is, how do you get resourceful enough? And obviously for you, you're fortunate enough to have your dad and your brother there, and
Yeah,
yourself with your background, your trade. You go, okay, cool. Well, that's an example of getting resourceful, right? So
yeah, definitely.
like for you guys, I'm guessing there was some plenty of cartons of beer as payment and IOUs and favors and all the rest of it, right? So
Yeah, definitely. So no, definitely having my dad there because he's been in the industry for 45 years or whatever. Him taking
yeah,
that stress away from me for running the site and getting all his tradies in, that would have been a pain in the ass if I had to do that as well. But luckily,
yeah,
I'm pretty grateful that I had him and my brother. So
yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna shout them a snow trip next year. So
There you
going to
go.
snow, we
That,
planned it. I was like, look, my shout, you guys help me out. I didn't pay you obviously, so look,
yeah.
I'll happily do that and do that a few times if needed. So
And
yeah,
then talk about a win-win there, hey, for all
100%,
parties involved.
100%.
Yeah, that's cool. And so now we're now 15 months ago opening the gym. So tell us about that moment because you had a bunch of clients, obviously.
Yep.
So, but as you opened the gym, did you actually have, apart from your own clients, did you have members pre-sold in, or were you starting from zero? What was the setup
Yep.
then?
Yeah, once we opened doors, we had our clients and some friends that followed over, which was about
Mm,
30.
yep,
Which is good that they all came over with us. We didn't lose any clients or any of my clients. And then yeah, we sold, I think it was like maybe 8 on the day, of our open day or open day party. We had a lot of people there, but it was a lot of friends and family, but also we didn't have all of our equipment, as you know. So it was a pretty half empty gym. So that
yeah.
definitely delayed a lot of signups. So that was very stressful. But once we got all the equipment in, then the signups started rolling in and stuff like that. But also word of mouth and marketing and stuff like that was better as well. So
Yeah. Tell us about just so people can picture it. So some
mm,
people tuning into, YouTube, other people Spotify, iTunes,
yep.
etc. So, give us some description around this gym so people can picture it. Like, how many square meters have you got under roof?
Yep. So it's 650 square meters.
Mm,
And then we have a mezzanine level upstairs. So that's about 120 upstairs, big concrete slab. That's a big functional area where we run our group training and have a little creche there actually as well. And then probably about, because we have 3 physio rooms, toilets, and then the sauna and cold plunge and the reception area, that probably takes up about maybe 220 square meters. And then
yeah.
the rest is all gym floor space.
Yeah.
And it's a big long facility. So it goes down about 35 meters actually in length. So by
Yeah.
about 15 meters wide. So it's pretty big and spacious. So everyone seems to love it. Nothing's too crammed in at the moment. So members definitely love that part.
And you've got a mix in there of some, let's say, some traditional, let's call it, bodybuilding style equipment and some functional style racks, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Got all the general machines and then yeah, functional equipment. Got kind of a pretty good variety of everything. Made a massive list and made sure I wanted to hit nearly everything. So you couldn't get everything, but nearly everything. So
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
So just build it like step by step. Yeah, because he had that time, hey, when you were waiting on equipment and all the rest of it, and it was like, all right, we're gonna just make do with what we got.
Yeah, yeah, no. It wasn't ideal, but I couldn't do anything about it. So I was pretty stressed out. I know Benny was trying to calm me down and stuff, but yeah, I was just like, no, just accept it. It is what it is. Just gonna move on, just do what we do. And then we opened up to all our clients and physio clients about 3 weeks before we officially opened. So we earned a bit of money before we did officially open to the public. So that was a little bit of a stress release and good for us because then like our mates would come and train and stuff like that. But we did discount it because we didn't have all the equipment. So, but we
Mm.
needed to do it just to earn some money because it was not ideal.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you were well and truly paying a rent. You'd already invested capital into it. There was a number of moving
Yeah,
parts, right? So it was game on.
yeah, definitely.
So then you hit, as you were just saying before, so around about would have been what, 3 or so months into it, into opening, and that's when you hit around about 100 members, was it?
Yeah, about the end of August, it
Mm,
was about that. We started getting some consistent signups and a lot more, like a full sales process in. So we actually started doing the consultations as I had with Brad Shepard. He kind of showed me his little system, so I added that in and
yeah,
implemented it into my own. So we started selling way more memberships, and when people
yeah,
do walk-ins and referrals and stuff, it was just getting a lot easier. So then we started getting like 40 members a month until about probably January this year, and then it slowed down a lot. So yeah, about 100 members
yeah.
by the end of August.
Yeah, yeah. And so that was, yeah, 40 members a month is huge, right? That's a
Yeah,
amazing sign up. And then also like now, because we're recording this, depending upon when someone's tuning into this we're now mid-September
yep,
2025. So like we said, open in June 2024, you're 15 months into it now. And
yep,
already at the number you're at 350 odd, right? Which
yeah,
is
355. Yep.
amazing. So you go roughly 100 this time, like this time last year. We've added
Yep.
250 in that time, which is phenomenal, right?
Yeah.
And by the sounds of it, what you had is some bumper months there, and then you would have had some other months where it leveled off a bit.
Yeah, no, exactly. So, and the last year was really peaking and I was loving it. And I was kind of thinking, like, oh, is this going to continue because we're growing in that new stage? It did for about 5 months. And then once we hit February this year, 2025, it slowed down a lot. And I know our marketing wasn't as like slowed down a lot. And then our referrals slowed down.
Yeah,
So definitely dipped for a good few months there, which was a little bit frustrating. So we had to like kind of fine tune what we were doing if it was on us. Or it was just like what parts we needed to work on and stuff like that. So.
yeah.
But this winter's been a really big few months for us, so I've been pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I want to unpack that because we've had you up as, again, you've been featured in amongst our success stories several
Yeah.
times because it's like there's always the next bit. We're like, all right, hey, 100 clients in the 3 months, and then it's like the next milestone and so forth. But yeah, you had a cracker of a winter. Explain to us what that was like.
Yeah, that was really good because June was our first year birthday celebration. I think that brought a lot of hype for that month anyway. So that was kind of my job to plan everything around that. There was a lot of planning and a lot of tweaking and changing, but it went pretty good. And I think we were just working a lot on our marketing and offers, and then also trying to get as many referrals and word of mouth as possible. And then that was in June, and then once Fitness Passport came in I think it was the start of July, and then obviously a lot more people seeing it, and then they'll come and trial it, and then tell more people about it. So word of mouth just started rolling in, and yeah, we have like 130 people signed up on Fitness Passport now. But I think the marketing was probably our best part. We're getting a lot more high ticket clients for PT and group training through that, and we're selling people. Me and my practice manager Bree will selling people like at 90% each month. So we weren't really missing.
Yeah,
It was really good. Like we're doing like 18 consults a month, and we're selling 17. So I'll probably
yeah,
say those two things are the biggest thing, and then making sure we actually call people up on the appointments on the day and day before to go ask them some questions, build a relationship with them, make sure they're coming in and they're keen for it, and that helped our show rate like peak. I think our show rate was at 90% for basically the 3 months as well. It dropped off a little bit in August, but it basically was around 90%. So I think those few things was
yeah.
a big game changer for us.
Yeah, it's huge, isn't it? And once again, this is why we love sharing these inspirational stories of people that are actually out there doing it. Clients of ours, it's like you learn the system, the sales process, and yeah, there's theory, but what you've done is you've taken this information, put it into practice. You can see the real life results of it as a direct outcome of the things you're putting in place, and then you can measure it, right? Because you're tracking all the stats, all the data, which is so good.
Yeah, no, tracking the data has been a game changer for us. I think I'm really data driven and a systems person. So I didn't know any of that when we first opened. I had no idea about any of that. I couldn't believe I couldn't believe I didn't know much about any of that stuff. But adding all those things in and actually tracking it, going it over weekly, and seeing where we need to improve and work on, or what we've done really well, what we're going to keep in.
Yeah,
And then I think I've got to mention in June we added in an individual sales target. Like we only had a team target, but once we added an individual team target for myself, Bree, the practice manager, then the team. we
Mm.
started smashing that each month, and I think that was actually like helped a lot.
Yeah, so everyone's got their own targets they're aiming for, and then
Yeah,
collectively that builds up as a total team as well.
yeah, exactly. And yeah, we'll sit down like, damn, we're actually smashing this. So each month we've added in, we've hit our target. So that's been, yeah, I think we've had like 108 signups from winter. That's without with losing. I think we lost 8 members in the 3 months, and then 108 churn afterwards. So we're pretty happy
Yeah.
with that.
Oh yeah. So what you were saying, 108 in to potentially lose like eight only.
Yeah,
Yeah, phenomenal.
pretty good.
Yeah. So how's the support you get? Obviously you've been on the coaching program now for a few years.
Yep.
How's that been instrumental in you being able to do all this and put this stuff in place?
Yeah, I think having Benny was always good. I knew I needed a coach, and that's why I approached you guys. And you're pretty adamant he'll be a good fit for me. So I think at the start, especially when I was still in the gym, just doing PT as a rent based trainer, and then at the start of setting everything up, he was pretty good. I needed a lot of tips and advice then. So he was giving me a lot of that stuff and information on what I can do, make things better and stuff like that, and just keep me. I'm pretty level-headed anyway, but he was definitely good to keep me like focused and all that stuff. And like if something went wrong, nah, you know what they're doing, yada yada, and make sure you stay focused, whatever. So he was really good in that area. And
Yeah.
then I think Benny's one of his biggest strengths, well, with me anyway, is he's really good with his marketing and offers and getting people in for his offers for the month or whatever it is. Could be like a referral month, referral campaigns. He's really good with, and I smashed that in March. I think we had like 21 referrals from our planning,
Yeah.
and our marketing was down at the point, so getting that helped us a lot. And then yeah, him and myself planning around what offers and how we're going to do our marketing. I think that is his biggest strength with me anyway, what I noticed. So I think that's
Yeah.
probably the biggest part he's helped me with. And then also trying to reflect. I don't reflect enough. I'm too go, 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 which is a good thing, but I probably should reflect on what I've built with my partner and like what we've done here, but I don't do enough of it. And he's trying to get me to do that a lot more, which have been practicing, but I definitely need to do more of it. So I'll probably say those two things have been the best things with Benny for sure. So shout
Yeah. Shout out to Big Benny D. Yeah,
out.
it's cool, man. It's great. Like you are right. Like it's really great to stop, reflect, look back. But the other part, and this is our observation of yourself, like you're a go getter, you're a doer,
Mm,
and like you're an action taker, right? So that's the other thing that Benny says. It goes, oh well, people like that are actually a pleasure to coach.
yeah,
It's people like yourself because it's like they go out and hey, here's an idea, and you see the opportunity and you run with it instead of
yeah.
seeing the problems or the obstacles or whatever. It's like you got that open mind, that growth mindset, which is, you can, it's no surprises you're achieving these type of results, right?
Yeah, no, exactly. And I think, yeah, having him there bouncing ideas off is always really good as well. So, because he'll tell me his experiences, what he's done, and he's, well, been in the industry for I think 21 years. He had his 21-year birthday the other week or month, or whatever it was. And he's saying all his sign-ups. So it is good to have someone like-minded who's been in the industry a lot longer and just bounce ideas off. And then I kind of just implement what he's saying or what's going to work for me and stuff like that, or test things. So, yeah, I think those things have been the best part for me about joining you guys for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for the feedback. Yeah, so let's now talk about who you actually service. So you've got a number of different like offerings and so forth. You've mentioned the physio, so
Yeah.
just talk us through like what is on scope here and what different levels can people choose from as they come in as a client.
Yep. So we have a basic just gym membership. So if anyone wants to just come use the gym facility, that's our lowest ticket offer, and anyone can come sign up to that and just come use the 24/7 gym. And then we have a recovery offer with the gym membership. So that's our second offer, and it's 24/7 gym plus sauna and cold plunge. So if they're more interested in their health, or like if they're an athlete or just want to use a sauna and cold plunge, they jump on that. And then we have a group training offer, and then you can add in the sauna and cold plunge as well. We get a lot of people in the group training, especially more middle-aged mums and older mums are over like 55, 50 to 65, which is really good because when I was just a PT, all my clients were basically around that menopause stage. So I want to continue that over, and I love training people like that. I feel like I just connect with them better, vibe with them, get them good results, and I know they need it because of what stage you're in. And then we have PT as like a special offer. We don't really advertise that unless we know someone's going to need it in like a sales process. We won't like pop that up anywhere, and that's our highest ticket offer. So they're the ones we only get if they obviously need it, and we offer it to them. But that's for everyone as well. But we usually get probably 30 to 65-ish middle-aged women, and they tend to love it. So they're probably the ones we definitely focus on. But then with the physio side, because that's my partner's side of the business, and we combined our businesses together. Um, General health, general physio, and just everyday clients. But then we do specialize in T&J, so that's the jaw issues, and then hypermobility, which is linked to that as well, but that's more like people who are really hyper flexible, have a lot of chronic illnesses and issues. And but actually, it's weird because most of us who work here, all the physios, all have it. So April's been teaching them all about it, and they're all really interested in it. And yeah, no one specialized in it. So, but only one in like basically Illawarra who actually can kind of help people with it. So we do get a lot of clients like that. So it's really good,
Yeah.
and we try and get them in the gym because the only way to kind of help manage their conditions is by strength training, getting really strong.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, hypermobility, it's like, great for mobility, but not great for stability and so forth. And
Yeah,
so right,
exactly.
so we need to strengthen all the joints and yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And they
And
have a lot of
so
issues, sadly. So yeah, they need to get in the gym and train.
yeah, yeah. And so these it's great because what you've done is, and again, you've got all these products, offerings, different,
Mm.
let's say tiers, different income buckets, and it's really, helped diversify your offer, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think we changed our offerings, a few of it, just basically in our 1 year birthday, because we were realizing that not many people were using the sauna and cold plunge as much as we wanted. So we kind of changed our membership name and changed the price a little bit, and now we've gotten so many more people on it, and yeah, I kind of learned that after a year of business, perceived value was a big thing. And that's kind of helped our business grow a lot and get a lot more people in as well. And now people are loving the sauna. Not many people use the cold plunge because it's been winter, but they'll be using it more as we get into like spring now and summer and stuff as well.
Yeah, it's that thing, hey, in business where you gotta, I guess you gotta test, and it's what someone taught me early on in the piece is like, you know, know when to move, know when to change or pivot, and or know when to fail fast, right? So it's like, all right, cool. If there's something that we've got out there and maybe it's not working the way I want it to, it's either all right. Have I marketed this thing correctly? Have I product placed it correctly? Is it priced correctly? All that sort of stuff. And if it's not working, go, well, maybe we need to change, right? Might be a
Yeah,
great
no,
idea in my mind, but yeah, if the market doesn't want it, that's the other part.
yeah, no, definitely. I 100% agree with everything you said then. So you just got to find out what the issue is and then kind of pivot or change it or, yeah, just cancel it and do something else. So
Yeah,
you would know from how it's going anyway if you analyze it and track the data. So
yeah. How is it? Talk about the experience of yourself and April doing this together.
yeah, it's great. We've loved it. It's definitely can be tough at times because I'm doing it with my partner as well, and she's a business partner. But in saying that, I can't say like I've heard a lot of people on podcasts say it's the toughest thing ever. I don't think it has been as tough as what other people have said. Um, we can butt heads at times because of the stress and intensity at times, but we're always good and stuff, and we still hang out and have our own time where we try not to talk about business and stuff like that
All
as
the
well.
time.
Yeah. I definitely love it. Like talking about business all the time because it's just my passion. But and then everything we have here. But we definitely do have like a bit of time where we're like, okay, let's just like try not to talk about it and have a bit of us time. So,
Yeah,
but no, I've got to say it's been a great experience and we both love it. So I can't say it's been a bad experience or anything like that. So I think you
yeah.
just got to make sure if you do it, sorry, if you do it with a partner, that you guys have to have similar vision, goals, values, morals, and stuff like that. And we knew we did once we first met. So we knew it was a good fit. So I didn't really see much of a risk there. So yeah.
Yeah, it's great advice too, and this is where again I always think back to people tuning into this, right? So we got people from all walks of life and different, fitness businesses and aspirations to maybe do exactly like you've done. They're a rent-based trainer in a gym and ultimately open their own facility. And the advice that you've given, just like you said then, that's incredible because like, what do you hear in business? Well, you hear, don't get into business with friends and family. Don't
Yeah.
get into business with your spouse. Don't get into business with your mates. And so me and you sit here and we buck the trend, right? So I'm in business with one of my best mates,
Yep.
and we have been for years. And people go, well, how do you guys make it work? We just it's like a dream, right? So you
Yeah.
find the synergy, and my take on all that is you go, well, yeah, 1 plus 1, doesn't equal 2. It equals 3, 5, or 7.
Yeah.
It's greater than the sum of its parts. And by the sounds of it, you guys have also embraced that philosophy as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. So, no, I totally agree. I think, yeah, you just got to have a chat if you're going to do it with them and have a hard conversation, make sure it is the right fit and you're not just kind of like, oh, we want this, but not actually know enough about each other or what each other's goals are. And if someone wants to travel, have kids or whatever it is, I got
Yeah,
to sacrifice those things if you are going to do it. But we had a good chat and we knew pretty early on that, well, this would work pretty good. Our
yeah,
personality types actually work out really good as well. So they kind of
yeah,
match like Myers-Briggs from what we studied in that. It's a perfect match for business and being a
yeah.
partners as well. So
We've had several clients say to us over the years that the business coaching is way cheaper than marriage counselling anyway. So it's actually nice to have someone there that could have neutral opinion as well. So.
yeah, I could imagine that. So
Let's talk numbers because the numbers have
yeah,
been great, and month on month. So, if you don't, do you mind sharing like where the business is at, where you've built it to?
yeah, like revenue and profit for the month
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah,
Yep. So I've tracked all this year properly, and we're about to just hit 700K revenue after this month. 100% we hit it, which is pretty crazy to think about.
yeah.
We'll probably
That's
hit a
and
million
just
for
sorry
the
for
year.
buttoning. Just to clarify, that's like you're talking total revenue from Jan 1 through this calendar year.
Yeah. So just
Yeah,
this calendar
gotcha.
year,
Yeah, that's
from
huge.
January 1st, yeah, to now, where we'll hit over 700K this month. We'll probably get
Yeah,
around 750-ish.
yeah,
Um, we were in the red for a lot of it. So to about April, we started making break even. And now last month, we made about 14.5K profit.
yeah,
So our expenses are pretty high because with physios, we only make about 50% profit from that because there's a lot of costs, or maybe a bit less afterwards with all the costs and stuff like that.
yeah,
But in saying that, our expenses are about 70 to 75K a month, and now we're making about just under 90K we made the last 2 months.
yeah,
So we have had to let go of a few physios, so we would be a bit further along if that didn't happen. But
yeah,
in saying that, we've got a new physio starting in week and a half basically. So once we get him built up, we'll definitely hit that 100K before the end of the year. And as we keep growing with gym members, our goal is minimum 450, and I'm aiming for 500 by the end of the year. So I think we'll get there.
yeah.
At least in between that minimum, and then we'll be making probably about 20-ish to 30K profit a month if we smash our targets and get our physios growing. So yeah,
Mm.
it's been a good journey, but we should hit around a million revenue for the year once we go through the rest of it and get those numbers sorted and targets
Yeah.
hit.
Yeah, and once again, just hearing all that just emphasizes the importance of like knowing your data, knowing your numbers, knowing your stats, knowing your figures, right? Because again, like it can be a great aspiration to have a facility, right? But you're very clear on where this is going. You're very clear on the fact that hey, there was a period in time when we were at break even or whatever, or like you said, there was a period when we we're in the red, right? But it's like we know where this thing's going, we know where it's tracking, and we know what the potential is.
Yeah, exactly. The emphasize on the numbers part. I love numbers and tracking and stuff like that, but my partner doesn't. So it's good that she has no care about it. She just wants to know the final figure, but I'll get in all the nitty gritty and know every little number there possible. And
Yeah,
our practice manager is the same. So me and her bounce ideas and have meetings and stuff. Then when we have our meetings, we'll just tell April just the final number so she knows and keeps updated. But yeah, definitely tracking and have a proper tracking sheet for all our income, expenses, and wages and stuff like that. And then seeing our percentages on what we're paying the most on and stuff like that has been a big, big game changer to be honest. Because then we can see like, oh, this is wasted expenses here. What are we doing here? Where's that
mm,
going to? That was definitely a point where I was looking at our bank account and started tracking it properly. I'm like, where is all this money going? Like, what is happening? I had to talk to them. And they're saying, oh, well, this and this. I'm like, we don't need to spend money there. Let's spend it over here and get more members in or whatever it is, or use it on marketing or just cut it out, period. And then, yeah, once we started doing that, it just helps a lot once you can see it because then you can identify what you can do to either make it better or change it or cancel it. And that
yeah.
definitely helped increase our profit and revenue once we cut out silly expenses. So, but yeah, that's just by tracking. So I think that's a very important part, knowing the numbers for sure.
Yeah, and again, I mean, we could do a whole podcast, me and you, just talking about this topic and diving deep on it and each part of it. But the other thing that it just gives you, like it gives you the knowledge, but it also enables you to predict what are we going to put in place for the next month, next 2 months, whatever it might look like. Like you're very clear on your, let's say, for example, your member numbers. You like you said, you want to
Yeah.
get this thing to say 500, right?
Yep.
And we also know that there's these different income buckets. We know that not everyone's going to be a standard gym member. Others are
Yeah.
going to also add on group. Others are going to add on PT. There's going to be physio. So there's all these different components to it.
Yeah, definitely. And knowing exactly what we're earning from each category is pretty good. So then we know, okay, well, this one's a stable. So like in our business, the gym memberships and recovery memberships are like lower cost and like kind of all profit. So we want to build that up. So basically they pay for all our expenses, then everything else, like the physio, the group training, and PT kind of memberships, we have to pay people for that. So
Yep.
we want that to be
Mm.
all profit after we pay them all their wages. That's kind of the goal we're working towards. And it's definitely, yeah, definitely getting better, especially over the winter. So just knowing that stuff has been a lot clearer for us all. And then we can kind of work towards it and just track it to make sure we're on the right track. So, and we
Yeah.
definitely at the moment. So I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, yeah, and again to do what you've done and like to build everything you've built and knowing that okay, cool, we got a decent sized gym here, right? So you
Mm.
haven't dipped your toe in the water with a little PT studio, right? You've gone for it.
Yeah, no, I always, yeah, as I said earlier, I always wanted the gym. I didn't want a PT studio, so I could have done it, but
Yeah,
we got lucky getting this spot, so I'm pretty happy with that. And then April came on board and made it a lot easier. So yeah.
yeah. So you mentioned the numbers, in terms of where we want to go. So what are the future plans? Is it continue doing like? Is it now more of the same now that you feel like you got the model running?
Yeah, I would say more of the same, keep doing what we're doing, but
Mm.
also making sure because we're measuring each week and month, if something's not working, we'll change it up and tweak it, like maybe different offer or change the pricing or membership or whatever it is. But I don't see that happening right now. But future plans, we definitely want to upgrade upstairs, above our physio rooms and receptions. So the way the rooms are built, we can upgrade upstairs and build something up there. We're thinking of adding some kind of Pilates in there because we've got our PTs, a Pilates instructor, and yoga instructor. Maybe another sauna and cold plunge up there because that's getting pretty popular. And
Mm.
then once we do that, we can add either more things in, change a membership, add a membership in, up our price, whatever it is, and then they'll help basically pay for that. It'll probably cost us around 40 grand.
Yeah.
Obviously, my
So
dad will build
yeah,
it, which will save us money.
sorry,
But
I was going to say this is to actually add more square meters. Like how many square meters could you add? Out of curiosity.
Yeah, it is to do that. It will probably be around 100 to 120, maybe probably around 100 with the stairs that will go up.
Yeah,
Um,
decent size. So as big as some people's studios, right? So
yeah,
yeah,
definitely. So that would be the plan, and maybe like a team room, meeting room, or like where we can do training and stuff like that on.
yeah,
It'd be something along those lines. But Pilates is a big hit, as you would know right now. So it could be good to add that in, because
mm,
I feel like they'll bring in a um, different kind of marketing group
yeah,
or type of
yeah,
person,
clientele
avatar.
or
Yeah,
yeah,
avatars is what I was looking for. So, and then we can get them into gym training and the recovery as well, because we want the whole ecosystem here, and that's what we're trying, like striving for at the moment. We haven't got it down packed yet, but I think within the next 6 months we'll be really thriving, getting the physio rehab in with it, the recovery methods with the sauna, cold plunge, and other methods, and then the strength training and gym training. Once you get that full circle, I think we'll be, yeah, in a really good position.
tell us about the difference in you personally now. So the guy, 2.5 years ago who first joined us doing the 2025 PT session week plus gym manager. What does your
Yeah.
week typically look like? Are you still running PT sessions or what does your week entail at the moment?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot different. Yeah, I was doing, yeah, about 40 hours of, back in the day, 25 PT sessions, 15 hours gym management or something around there anyway. Now I'm doing about 5 PT sessions a week, which is good. I still enjoy it, and I can still give my clients my full, basically 100%. And then doing about 5 group training sessions. I do like group training sessions better, to be honest. I find it more fun and engaging because there's more people there, and I can kind of bounce around and help everyone at the same time. So doing the morning classes and 2 Arvo classes, and then the rest of it is a few hours, definitely at least 4 hours of business work, working on the business, the marketing, do a lot of sales training with my team or two
Mm.
other people, make sure we're all up to scratch and it's not just relying on me. So the business can scale and still grow without me. I think that's a big game changer for us as well. And then, yeah, it's kind of doing our team meetings, making sure everyone's on track, but keeping the vibe too. I'm pretty big on like having a good vibey team and with good culture and stuff like that, not just like KPIs or targets or whatever. Um, and then yeah, I'd say me and April always doing our own business meetings and talking. So, but also training up the PTs as well. I'm really big on that. I want the PTs to be really knowledgeable and educated. So we do a lot of training as well on that make sure we're learning certain things, and I'm keeping myself updated as well. So they teach me things as well. But I'll say they're probably the main things we're doing at the moment, and sales consultations for myself.
Yeah, yeah, very, very clear and very focused. You look at your time, right? You go time working in the business where you're turning up and contributing to the exchange
Yeah,
of time for money versus working on, you go, well, what is, you got 5 PT sessions, 5 group classes. There's a total of 10 sessions a week. That then
yeah,
affords you all the other time to work on the business, right?
yeah,
And
definitely.
and once again, it's like, for putting on my coach's hat, it's great, to hear it, because so many business owners, especially gym studio owners, will get themselves still bogged down in just doing like bulk sessions, because 30 plus sessions a week. Because if you're doing 30 sessions a week, obviously you're a great income producing asset for the gym, right? So
Yeah,
if we booked you up with 30 or 40 PT sessions a week, we would increase the revenue in the business, and more importantly, the profit, right? But
yeah, definitely.
we're going to have you caught in doing PT sessions, right?
Yeah,
and,
100%.
and
So
consequently, what suffers, right? What suffers is that working on the business. So what I like about it is that you're strategic about it, and you're like, well, I'm not going to get myself caught up in doing huge numbers of face to face sessions,
yeah.
because you like you said, your objective is to educate the sales team, grow the team, et cetera, et cetera.
Yep. No, definitely. And it's the way we need to grow. So yeah, if I was doing that, I wouldn't be able to work on the business or be very limited, and I wouldn't be able to put my best effort in. So
Mm,
April and I are pretty strategic around that, making sure we work on the business together and then on our own as well. So yeah, I like to do it. I usually do it on weekends, to be honest. I love working weekends. That's when I get my best work in. So I usually just put a few hours in on the weekends and go hard.
yeah.
But that's what works for me. So it might not work for everyone else. But I think yeah, working on the business has been really good for us and making sure we're not burning out and going too hard in the business as well. So
Yeah, yeah. You got uh, I guess there's a lot of people who like I said, they'll be aspiring to do exactly this.
mm,
Now you're in it. Depends on where you put the timeline. Roughly 2 years from when you first you've nailed down the site.
yeah.
15 months since you open. What would be your advice if someone said, "Hey man, I want to sort of want to follow this pathway"? What would be your words of wisdom?
Oof, that's a good question. I think definitely knowing exactly what you want to do will be a good one. Having clarity on basically what target market or avatar you're going after, how
Yeah,
big of a gym you want, what service you're going to be offering. I think clarity was definitely the most important thing. And I had a lot of clarity on what I wanted, but I still didn't understand the systems and processes and what it was going to be like to run a gym. So I'd say you need to find out, have a good like hiring system and making sure you get the right people involved as well. And then also probably getting or definitely getting some kind of coaching, business coach, or like you guys like Train HQ helping you out, because someone who's been there, done it, can give you tips and tricks on and save you like a lot of losses or save you from getting a lot of losses. So I'll say those few things are probably the best things for it.
mm,
So yeah, I think everyone needs some kind of business coach or something like that, because I think that is a game changer. But you do need to be growth minded to do that. But yeah, I'll say those two things probably the best thing what I've learned from opening a business and starting.
yeah. Great advice. And yeah, like I talk about it all the time. It's like, as a business owner, especially when like you've definitely got the entrepreneurial spirit, many other people have as well. And what happens is it lends itself to the action list of all the things, you
Mhm.
think you should be doing. And that list grows, of course, right? And that there's, and post-it notes, all this sort of stuff. And a really skilled coach is going to go, hey, Taryn, mate, it's not 50, 60, 70 things you need to be working on right now, but the two, three, or four, which are most critical, right?
Yeah, 100%. No,
And it's
definitely.
actually having someone with the skill set to know which ones are most important. Where everything's like seemingly important, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. And that's where a good coach can tell you, like, no, you need to work on these three priorities, make sure you're getting
Yeah,
this out, then you can work on the next three or whatever it is.
yeah,
And I feel like yeah, a lot of people will get stuck on working on so many different things, because when you open a business, you got to kind of do that. You have every feather. You're trying to get every feather on the cap. Like you're just
yeah,
doing everything possible to get the business going, which you kind of do
yeah,
need to do at the start because until you get a
yeah,
team, then you need to find out
yep,
what needs to move the business. Then you delegate to that team on what they're actually good at or what their role is. That was really good for us to do because myself and April want to do everything. So, which is not always good. So we needed to make sure we delegate right and to the right person. So, that was good, but that's been really good for us. So I think that will be something that people will need to do as well once they get the team going for sure, so they can actually
Yeah.
grow and work on the business and whatnot.
So good to hear, so good to listen to, and yeah, mate, we're just from all of us at Trainer HQ, like the whole team. I know Benny D loves working with you. All of us love hearing the stories. We're like, as the messages get fed back to head office like every month, and it's like, oh, you've smashed the targets again. Guess what? Just signed up 40 members last month, and everyone's celebrating.
No, that's good to hear. So yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's definitely been good for the last few months, especially. So we're very happy with our winter and just how we're going. So
That's right.
yeah,
As we record this, right, spring's just kicked off, so like it's happy days, and we all know that this is another great opportunity, growth time in gyms and facilities and in the fitness industry in general. So, happy days, eh?
yeah, no, definitely. Like we're already
Oh,
at 15 for the month. Um, so we're aiming definitely minimum 30, targets 40. So I think we should get there definitely or very close. So I'll be pretty happy if we get hit 40 again. So we'll
yeah.
definitely hit 500 if we keep in 40. So yeah.
Yeah, and then the magic number, the seven figure business, inside, definitely by the looks of it, like we're on track for this calendar year, and what's going to happen inside this financial year, right? We're only a couple of months into the new financial year, and you are well and truly on track to smash that. So, it's looking really strong.
Yeah, no, definitely. So we're off to a good start for this financial year. So we're just going to keep setting targets, making sure we're implementing what we're doing, strategizing around things, and yeah, getting the new physios built up and the PTs fully booked out and whatnot, and all this new systems and stuff built in, which we will. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's looking good. So I can't complain right now.
Yeah, yeah, something to, and just to acknowledge everything, I know I speak for everyone in our team and everyone who's been watching your journey, to watch someone go from absolute newbie to the industry only, a bit over 3.5 years ago, right? To
Mm.
starting to working their way through to now getting themselves to a seven-figure revenue is incredible. So yeah, congrats, mate, to your determination, your dedication. So from all of us, mate. You're doing a fucking cracker job, and we can't wait to keep watching it. Keep going.
I appreciate that, man. Definitely appreciate that. I will say though, before I was a trainer, I was studying and training people beforehand, so it kind of gave me the upper hand. So I kind of knew how to train people before I actually started.
Yeah.
Um, as I was a tradie, I was like, no, I was training my mates on the side and stuff. So that definitely gave me an upper hand to start
you were
early and
you were
start
get
getting
you were
clients.
doing some test pilot stuff, some guinea pig stuff to test this.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I was just working for free just because I loved it so much. So that definitely gave me the upper hand of getting some clients and like knowledge and stuff. So once I
Yeah.
started actually doing PT, I could actually like, oh, why not? I can start charging and know how to do it and approach clients and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I'd say I'm self-taught for most of the stuff that I learned. So I'd say that's probably another thing people need to do. They can't just rely on a coach or just kind of winging it. You need to learn your own stuff. I was on YouTube all
Mm.
the time studying certain people on YouTube and learning a lot and actually implementing. That was probably the biggest thing for myself. I just love studying, so that's always helped.
Yeah.
And just implement what you study. You don't want to just learn it and then or listen to it and not apply anything. So that was actually a big thing for myself. Love reading my books and podcasts every day. So yeah.
Well, mate, you definitely epitomise the Trainer HQ spirit, mate. So yeah, once again, a huge congrats.
Thank you, mate.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah.
appreciate it. So keen to come up to the Inspire event
Inspire
again.
event
Yeah. So
at
that
the
was really good
Goldies.
last year. That
Yeah.
definitely learned a lot. So
Well,
definitely need to take my notes and write that down
Here's,
and then
I
implement it.
guess, here's the challenge because, like I said, I'm actually recording this damp date stamped at the Friday the 12th of September, so we can probably issue a challenge because that's in October, November. We've got ourselves around about 2 months time. If you're currently at 700, a bit over 700. What's our number? Is it
Ooh.
we're probably talking in the 900s. We could be at seven figures. Who knows?
Yeah, well, if we do get 7 figures, well, then I'll be quite happy and shocked. I don't know if we will be there, but I'm not gonna say never. I'll try and manifest it. I think we'll be by the end of this month, we should be at around 750, 850. Yeah, we by the end of the month, is it like the end of November it is?
Yeah, we're end of
Yeah.
November. That's
We
right.
should
So we're
we should be
probably
around the
about 10,
900K mark.
probably about 10 weeks away. So
Okay. Yeah, we should
yeah.
be definitely minimum around the 900K mark. So
All right. Well,
unless
here's to everyone's entertainment and benefit. I'll just say this publicly because I reckon this is the thing that will probably make sure that it will definitely happen. If I say to you, mate, I don't think you're going to be able to make that seven figures by that date.
yeah,
What's your first response to that?
I have to prove you wrong, man. So definitely have to aim for 900 for sure, man. Yeah, no, I love proving people wrong. So not in a bad way or anything, but I love when people doubt me. So obviously yours is more of a joking way, but yeah.
Yeah, love it, brother, love it. All right, we're signing off, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, Taryn Lachlan, mate, crack of a thing. I just can't praise you enough, and it's been an absolute pleasure learning about it. I know that people who are tuning into this will definitely get huge amounts of value. It always gets fed back to us all the time. There's success stories, and what it is, people might just need to hear one thing, right? It's just the thing that is enough for them to inspire them to take that next step. And again, anyone tuning into this, if you're whatever platform you're on, Spotify, YouTube, whatever, make sure you do hit the subscribe button, the follow, whatever it might be, so that you're going to never miss out on any of this really valuable information. And that's why we keep doing this and keep featuring these great success stories. So once again, brother, thank you, my man.
No worries, man. Thanks for having me on. It was great.
My pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, Taryn Lachlan.